Hello, and welcome to the beautiful Antigonish Landing, home of the original Mr Donair. Our brand was founded in the early 1970s by the creator of the Donair. And now, over 50 years later, we're still serving up the iconic taste Canadians love.
From restaurants to retailers across Canada and now the US, we supply everything from Donair cones, sauces, beef jerky, and our frozen pizza. We proudly use beef from Atlantic Beef in Prince Edward Island and source local ingredients whenever possible.
As a family-owned business, we currently employ over 55 hardworking people right here in our Antigonish facility. And we're proud to say we've been partnered with Fight League Atlantic since day one, fueling fans and athletes alike.
All great Donairs start with Mr. Donair. Fight League Atlantic. Fuel your game.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to FLA Exposure, episode 270, sponsored by our good friends at Mr Donair, mrdonair.ca, available in grocery retailers all across Canada, and now into the United States, available at Costco, Walmart, and other big retailers as well, supporting us since 2014. Johnny Boy, how are you?
Good there, buddy. Good. Good to be back home. Good to be on the other side of things and wrapping her up. So, yeah, busy week, another busy week, and another successful show, man. Everyone showed up and did their job. Everything ran very smoothly, and we had some great fights, man. So, yeah, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, it was a hell of a weekend, man. You don't want to say too much, but because things can go, I don't know. I'm always like scared, like things are going to go wrong into the next event, or even when one event's open.
You never know, man. Until it happens, anything could happen. I mean, Jesus, we've been through it all.
Yeah. So, yeah, everything's getting out. Highlights getting out. Main highlights.
Pictou brings it, man.
What's that?
I said Pictou brings it every time. That place was packed. Awesome.
Biggest crowd ever in Pictou.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
Good to see our crowds. Our crowds are getting bigger. Every show in every location, which is awesome. That's the goal. Our athletes are getting better, and our product's getting better. The community's showing up, and our team is sponsors. Everybody's just doing a hell of a job. So it's cool. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, man. Everything's improving all the time, like you said, and I mean, there's probably the smoothest cage setup and probably one of the smoothest run events, and the crowd was fantastic. The atmosphere was unreal. The FLA swag was all over the place, man. You just look around and see logos everywhere. So it's amazing to see the fans come out and support the brand and support the fights and the fighters, and just, building this platform for these guys, man. Our scene is in the last 5 years, the development we've seen. I mean, Cam Nelson's a prime example. Like, this guy comes in as an amateur, works through the amateur ranks, turns pro. Now he's 5-1 as a pro with massive things on the horizon, man.
Well, that's exactly it, Johnny. Like, we started this to develop talent to the bigger. There's a few reasons we started this. Obviously, it was a little bit limited out here of what was going on, and there wasn't a lot of opportunities, consistent opportunities going on, and now you see like the fruits of all the community's labor with exactly like you said, Abdel, Cam, Christian, Rory, like all these people who are probably 3 to 5, 6, 7 pro fights deep in their career after starting as an amateur with us. And Timmy B had some really cool stats last weekend talking about like Cam and Rory. It was their eighth FLA fight, like 8.
Yeah,
it's wild to see, man. It really is.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's more fights than probably most fighters will ever do.
Yes, Corey. We coordinated outfits.
We're not even wearing the same thing today, Corey. You should stayed us in Montreal. Showing up dressed like the twins. Never been planned it at all.
Yeah,
the problem when all you wear is branded gear.
Yeah. Chelsea's like, do you own anything else? That's actually why I'm going shopping this weekend, so I can get an outfit that doesn't look like I'm 20 anymore, and maybe I can start dressing like a man. Because everything I own is just FLA.
Like a middle-aged man. Yeah. Never. I'll be wearing this shit till I die.
Yeah. Are you guys in Moncton, New Brunswick? We will be in Moncton, New Brunswick, Fight League Atlantic 22 on November 15th. Tickets are on sale now at fightleagueatlantic.com. selling very well too. That show is going to be a hell of a show, probably our biggest show ever. So get those tickets, get them now, get them quick.
Yeah.
And
Oh, the way things are shaping up, November is going to be the biggest show ever. We're going to close this year out in a huge bang. I mean, it's it's a lot of time and a lot of fights coming to a head, on this show, man. It's amazing. If everything comes together like planned, this show is going to be crazy. I mean, I think we probably say it every single show, but it really is. It's there's just so many exciting matchups to make now with the amount of fights that guys have had and their careers have developed, and yeah, it's going to be massive. Plus, it's the Coliseum. I mean, we always have good events there. We've been there, I think, 10 times now, and it's just a great venue, and man, it's gonna be a spectacle.
yeah, it is. Can't wait to start. First fight dropping next Friday. Collision of Souls. You live in New York now, but live in the Maritimes for years. Yeah, great place. New York's a great place, but we do love the Maritimes. So good luck there in New York. Uh, get back to the Maritimes. Let's get into the fights here, Johnny. Starting with fight number one, opening up the card this past Saturday. Again, we say it all the time. First fights are there for a reason, to kind of set the tone, set the pace of the night. And Snakebite went out there, and Jake had a lot of fans in the crowd. Charles representing Henzo Gracie PEI. That's a division that we're really lacking in, the 185, the middleweight to lightweight division. It's very, very small. So it's nice to get two guys in that division, and they put on a hell of a fight. Great experience for both of them in the first fight of the night. What'd you think?
No, I agree. It was a good debut for both of them. Jake just pushed the pace more, man. He was all over him. It was impressive to see how rounded his game was. He did well on the ground and on the feet. Charles looked good too, but he just seemed a little gun shy first fight. Of course, it's to be expected. Yeah, I hope to see them both back in there, man. It was fantastic. Great debut for both those guys, and they put on a hell of a fight to open the card. They did set the tone with the unanimous decision.
Yeah, Jake's a big boy too. Not everybody's lined up to fight Jake. Like at 185, he's a big man. I said to Charles after the fight, I was like, this is easy to say, but I think welterweight would be a better place for Charles moving forward.
Big guy, man.
Big guy, but that's what you're gonna like. Not that the weight or anything, the size was the struggle. I think more so, like you said, it was just the first fight. Charles is a hell of a competitor, and I think he's see him back in the very near future. But yeah, great fight, man. Great for the fans. Unanimous decisions happen, 4 of them in a row. But it is what it is. Like we say to certain people, you can't make them do things. The fight plays out how it is, right? So good on both.
Yeah, and they were still exciting, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good cage time. That's why I look at it. It's like, yeah, it's a decision, but it's good experience. 3 rounds of cage time, man. Like a 12 sound.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've dealt with that, like with Levi. I mean, he had a couple fights that were really fast, and then he finally had one that went to decision. So he got years of cage time compared to his other fights in one fight.
Yeah, it's important.
When you're in there for a few seconds and you're training for months, and then you just, I mean, great when it happens in your direction, like you get the win quick, but those extra minutes in there definitely help with development. There's no question about it. Yeah, man. Fight 2 was Mitch McPherson and Guillaume.
Oh yes, the jaded highlight fight.
Oh, it was good. I mean, these guys both made their debut. They both, met at jiu-jitsu tournament, said they're looking to get into MMA. I mean, like we said, 55 is a hard division to find matchups in, especially with debuts, right? You're not going to put a new guy in against some of these other guys at 55 that are just much more experienced. These guys put it all out there, man. And, I had Mitch probably winning that first round. We told Guillaume on the stool, like, you got to pick it up now, man. Let's go. And he did. He went out and fought his ass off, and had a couple of good submission attempts, landed some good strikes, showed some good head movement. you know, it's funny listening to the commentary. You know, they walk out and they're saying it's a karate fight versus a Muay Thai fight. I'll tell you right now, when Guillaume showed up to Abaya with his karate black belt, having never sparred, he was like hitting a pylon. And we worked his boxing relentlessly for the last couple of years, and he is not the same guy that walked in. That was not a karate fight. That was boxing and kickboxing versus Muay Thai or whatever you want to call it. And it paid off, man. You know, and he picked it up and laid it all out there. And both these guys, you know, were wiped after the fight. You know, Mitch especially like it's hard to know going in. And every new fighter I tell, like conditioning. That's a huge part of the camp. And every fighter tells me the same thing. I've heard it. I don't know how many times now. Like, whoo, you're right. I didn't expect that. I'm, you know, toast after one round. And it's like, yeah, now you know. And now you know for the next time to go even harder on conditioning.
Yeah, there's no
You know?
shortcuts. You can't.
Yeah, it was a super exciting fight, man. Both these guys had their moments. And I really hope they both can come back and we can continue to grow that division. I mean, you know, going into the next fight with Jared Hughes, like he's a guy that should probably be at 55. Like he was definitely undersized at 165. You know, at 155, there was a couple of good matchups for him. You know what I mean? He can showcase his boxing a little more and do his thing. Anyway, Guillaume walked away with unanimous decision. You know, it was the right call, I think, and great job on both those guys. But moving on to fight 3, like we're talking about, you know, Jared Hughes at 165 fighting Cameron McKay. Went to decision with Cameron, who is a very good grappler and a good, well-rounded fighter. I think Jared, dude, that guy's a dog. Like his striking when he got a chance to get it off was there. He doesn't shy from anything. He took shots. You
He's a
know,
Pictou County boy.
yeah, dude, this kid's tough as hell. You can tell, right? And he's a scrapper. So, you know, Cameron McKay did the right thing, took him down and dominated with the grappling. Couldn't get him out of there. But you know, landed some good body shots in that. I mean, obviously not being able to hit to the head in novice, you know, shuts down a lot of those
Good
those guys that
development.
are real. Exactly, it's important for development. Exactly, and yeah, I mean, another unanimous decision. I'd love to see Jared at 155. I think that would be a better weight class for him. But this was
Not love to see it. That's where you got to fight moving forward. It's like at the end of the day, like it's like you got to take this. I love you, man. He's my family. Some people just love violence, man. He did really, really well in there. You see what, you know, Cameron and him have competed in a grappling tournament, and you see the difference between grappling and MMA, man. It's a different thing altogether when someone's trying to throw punches at you. And he's got to go to 155, period. Like he just has to. It'll be better for his development, better for his whole game altogether. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, good on him for getting in there his first fight and willing to take on. Not everybody's lined up to fight Tower 1 guys either, right? So good on them.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Oh man, they wanted the fight. They were like, we want the toughest fights we can get. And Dukas is no stranger to that. Dukas runs a great gym in Glasgow. Dukes up and love it. Love seeing Jared getting out of there. Like, you know, both, you know, all the fighters, not just Jared, all of them, 12 fights, man, John, relatively injury free, knock on wood for the most part. So that makes us feel a lot better when everybody can compete and go home healthy for the most part, right? So great fight.
Yeah, man. I absolutely agree. You know, it's the worst thing when someone gets seriously hurt. Unfortunately, it happens. But look at the sport. Look at what's your goal, right? It's to take a guy out as quick as you can. The referee's there to make sure that, you know, it doesn't go any further. And yeah, that's the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Fight 4 was Carlin McVicker fighting my guy Ethan Reed. Ethan making his debut. Carlin coming in 0-1 at 130. Lighter guys. And, you know, Carlin had a great plan in the first round. He pretty much just grappled Ethan, a lot of scrambling, and it really took the gas out of Ethan, man. When he got back to the corner after that first round, he was like, man, my legs are gone already. I can't believe this. And, you know, he came back and landed some really good shots, but he just didn't have the gas in the tank to really pour it on. Carlin, man, you know, dude, these guys, I think, I don't know, I didn't count. I think Ethan probably ate and checked about 40 leg kicks.
Yeah, there's
both these guys were limping afterwards. Like if you're throwing them or you're catching them, it hurts like hell afterwards when the adrenaline wears off. And I know Carlin's foot was all blown up and Ethan was limping around, and we were icing his leg. even before the decision was made. After the fight, we put the ice bag to his knee. But these guys got after it. It was a great matchup, and again, good experience for both these guys. Good to see Carlin get one in the win column and working feet. You're fucking right, man. Like the amount of leg kicks.
That's awesome too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Great fight for both these guys, and I'm real proud of Ethan. Like I trained him when he was a kid, when he was 10 or 11, and he was gone for a bit, and then came back. As an adult. He's 24 now, and he's super tough, man. I tell you right now, he's gonna be a problem for some people.
Yeah, he did
we're gonna
well.
keep working. He did well. He's very high spirits. He was very, he's happy with his performance. Despite not getting the decision, and it was a majority decision. This was super weird. So I mean, one judge.
No comment.
Yeah, okay. One judge had it tied. One judge had it 30-27 for Carlin, and one judge had it 29-28. So the judging was all over the place
One
with
was
this
even.
one. But
I thought there was an even. I thought it was 28-28 on the scorecard.
yeah, one judge had it tied. One judge had it 29-28, and one judge had every round for Carlin. So how the judging is so all over the place. But if anyone's wondering what a majority decision is, that's what it is. One judge had it tied, but the other two had it for the other guy. So it's not unanimous. It's not split. It's majority. We saw unanimous decisions, majority decisions, and split decisions this show. So it was a different one. But yeah, another great amateur fight and another debut for Ethan Reed. And Ethan Reed's going to be a problem, man. And Carl McFinker, fantastic. I mean,
he just put a post up there. I think he's maybe typing with his feet. Can't mum up. Rickard. Old working feet's typing with his feet today. Great fight, Carlin. We love you, buddy. You and Ethan.
Yeah, dude.
Great job.
Awesome guy. And those guys had nothing but respect for each other. And that was fantastic.
Too, man. Great people. That's the thing, man. It takes two to tango. Like,
yeah,
you gotta, like, not everybody has to, it's not everybody has to have respect for one another, but it's some cool to see when people go in there and put on.
Depends how you act. If your opponent acts like an idiot, I wouldn't respect him either.
Sure.
Right? So,
that's, I don't know if that's something you hear a lot, but I hear it a lot from people, man, who come to our events that are like, I can't get over how nice the athletes are to one another. Like, because they have a preconceived notion of what it is, and when they come, I'm like, no, just get here, and they see it, and they're like, wow, this is not exactly, it's not Sons of Anarchy, like it's a fight event, a rink. It's not
that's look, man. My parents aren't fight people. I mean, my dad is a pastor, and they saw me fight once when I fought Morgan a long time ago, and they came to our show in Windsor when we were in the Valley. And that's what my dad says every time. He's like, I can't believe how good the sportsmanship is. You guys fight each other, and then you shake hands and hug and say, good job.
Well, it's honestly,
when someone that's completely on the outside sees that every time, and that's the first thing they notice, it says a lot for the sport, man. I feel like honor in fighting is a big thing, and respect. And that's one of the best things about it.
Well, it says a lot about our society too, John. Like, really, you know what I mean? That so many people are like, oh, this is what, you know what I mean? It's like everybody's
shut no off idea.
Got their blinders in of what they want to like and what they like. It's very people. We really got to open up our mind, which is the most fucked up thing in Canada, because people are supposedly so open, but not.
Oh yeah,
fighting, right?
Yeah, that's a joke. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue on. Fight number 5.
Fight number 5, Hannah Slater and Nicole McMahon, both coming in 0-1. I mean, we haven't chatted about this, but this, I think, was the fight of the night, man. These two walked out in the middle and started trading, and they were both showing it on their faces at the end of the fight. They were smiling and bloody. and it was a bell-to-bell action. They both threw down. I mean, it was a split decision, very close. I mean, I think the head kick Nicole landed, I think it was in the 3rd round. She landed a couple nice head kicks. There one really nice head kick, another one that was maybe not so solid, but I think she stole the fight in that 3rd round. And Hannah Slater is a beast, and Nicole is an absolute dog, man. Like, I was really, really impressed with this fight. I didn't get to see it until I watched the replay because I was out back. Wow, incredible. I hope we can find more matchups for both these girls.
Yeah, it was a great fight, man. It lifted the building up a lot. Like it was, the energy. I had a lot of people message, about the girls fight, and honestly, that happens a lot. Like when females fight, people love it.
Yeah,
Like people love female
they're
fights,
good.
and
They're fucking absolute athletes. Like,
of course,
yeah,
they deserve to be in there just like anybody else. So it's ridiculous that
mhm.
anyone would think otherwise. But it's getting these girls to fight is a problem. Getting like it's not a huge community. It's just not. There's
No,
not
it's
a
probably
females.
101 guys competing or training compared to girls, and
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of the girls around here train together because they have to. Like, if you want to
yeah,
train with women, like, I mean, we all know Charlene. She trains with us all the time. She loves training with the girls at the tower because everyone else she trains with is 20 pounds heavier and a guy,
sure.
so the strength difference, right? And you're getting hit differently and everything else. So the girls training with each other is massive, and they've really lifted each other up in our community. And I mean, look what the girls are putting out, man. Like they're amazing performances. So
We
it's
just need more of them. Like that's the thing. So
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're,
yeah,
we say it
exactly.
every
Yeah.
podcast, like if you're a
No, it's a
female looking to
numbers thing.
fight, reach out to us. Like
Reach out to us.
like we got like just offhand, we got Charlene, Sarah, Kristen, and Nicole, and I'm sure I'm forgetting about like I'm not just naming the four who've competed in the last little bit for us.
Yep, yep.
Sam
No, there's
from PEI. Like there's a not a
yeah,
huge amount, but there's females who want to fight. So we'd love to get you fights. We'd love instead of flying people in from Saskatchewan to fight. Like man, we would love nothing more than to build up the female scene. So get out there, get at it. Let's go and
yeah.
get a few more fights on. But hell of a fucking hell of a
Hell of a fight.
sorry podcast station. Hell of a fight though. Fight 6.
Yeah, fight 6. So fight 6 was, and there's a lot of hype behind this fight. Matt Watson, he's a CFL athlete, fighting Derek Persky. Matt's debut. Persky 1-1s with a little bit of experience. Watson was clearly undersized when this fight went off. I mean, he came in, I think, 7 pounds lighter than Persky or something like that,
Gotta go to 50.
which was surprising. I mean, he's obviously confident in his ability. Persky was just ridiculously unorthodox and looked very strong. Like it looked like he was going to powerbomb Watson in the first round when he picked him up. And he was doing these. I've never seen someone do an inside leg kick the way Persky was throwing a couple of them and stuff. So just very unique fighting style, but just a beast, man. This guy was solid and I mean, he was obviously incredibly strong. Like we saw what he did in the cage, and he snapped the decision streak. He catches Matt Watson in the second round with a rear naked choke. Incredible performance, man. He did what he had to do, and both these guys coming in from outside the Maritimes to fight each other here was really cool. And yeah, it's the platform, man. We're putting it up. Let's get the fighters on it. So,
Yeah,
and we
that's it.
have
Like one kid
people
from
from all
Ontario,
across. Yeah,
one from Saskatchewan. They both came here to fight one another on the biggest
and
platform.
Pictou.
So you know what I
Yeah,
mean. It's awesome, and I think you're spot on, Johnny. I spoke to Watson after the fight, and I was like, let's get you down to 55. Like it's a kid's athletic, but when you're dealing with like the Wolverine like that, like who's
yeah.
like
Probably
literally,
had 20 pounds of muscle on him.
yeah, he's a big boy, and originally he was like slated to fight someone else. I'd love to see Derek back. It's good because now we have a little new blood in our 170-pound amateur division, which is great.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see him in the near future back here too, man. Because there's a lot of guys at 170 pounds that are coming up at amateur that we'd love to add them into the mix for sure.
yeah, absolutely. And when anyone comes here, they're easy to work with and put on a great show. Like you're in. It's like that.
Yeah, it's easy to work with is the key. We always say that.
Yeah, it's one of the things I said to Mitch McPherson because I dealt with him leading up to his fight with Guillaume, all the way through. And I was like, Mitch, like, thanks for being easy to work with and getting everything back. And him and his coach Dwayne, it was, I think it was the first time for their gym having fights, right? So the medical process and all the different things you have to do and all the hoops you have to jump through leading up, they were on it, man. They were great and got it all done, right? Like I love that.
Makes it makes a huge difference. Like you can't explain it. Like if you're an employer at Dairy Queen and someone keeps showing up late,
Yeah, or you gotta fucking chase them all day to get their
Like, what
walkout
do you
song
think?
or anything else.
Yeah,
Like, you think
like,
we have 10,000 times we can follow up with just you? We got 20 other guys we're working with.
plus all the other
Yeah,
million things that go on to the event, plus our regular lives. We're not the UFC, so we're trying our
yeah.
best, but it's on you as an athlete to get your shit done. So if you don't get your shit done,
Guess what?
not much we can do. So, fight 7.
Fight 7, yes, man. 135 amateur, Noah Campore. I think I said that right. And Lucas Catchfanas. I mean, Lucas was coming in, 0-1. Noah Campore, big guy for the division, tall, lanky. Catch is exciting as hell, man. I really want to see this guy back again. I hope he's not too down on himself, because he had a great performance until he got caught. Another second round rear naked choke. I think Noah Campore is gonna be a problem in this division, man. A great addition. The 135 is growing, and hats off to these young men that put it all out there, man. And it was a great fight. It was an awesome fight, man. High action, and both these guys had their moments. And
I will say though, the only thing, like, I love Noah, but I gotta say, I don't know. Yeah, phenomenal performance. Kid's a stud. But then we come off a win and we call out like a guy who's terrible at jujitsu, terrible, to fight next. It's like, let's challenge ourselves a little bit. You know what I
who did he
mean?
call out?
I'm not going to say any names,
Okay.
but it's like, you're phenomenally talented. Let's keep, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's this amateur thing about picking and choosing fights, man. It's just like,
Oh, I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
it's
Yeah.
silly,
Give me a
man.
break.
Lily with
Yeah.
one amateur fight being like, this is who I want to fight next. It's just it's just a little silly to me. So it's like, take the fights, take the opportunities, and make the best of them, man. And yeah, that's all I'll say about that.
Right on. Anyway, Noah's like you said, he's an absolute stud, and he's a real prospect in this division. And
No
so is
question.
Lucas, man. There's good matchups for Lucas coming up. I mean, me and you need to chat about what we're going to be doing. Like, November is pretty much full. We got 5 or 6 shows coming up next year. There's going to be lots of opportunities, and there's just so many options for matchups to make going forward. So
Yeah, no, it's
keep
true,
training,
man.
boys.
Yeah, like, well, it's, man, like, and I don't know if it's even, like, I don't know, like, Lucas, like, the kid is so good, man. But I don't know. We don't have a 125-pound division. And I'm not saying that he should go to 125 pounds, but we don't have that division. And I think he would do really, really well there. Like, but
I think he's going to do well at 135. Like, it's so hard.
Sure.
You're 0-2 as an amateur. Yeah, but
Big deal.
maybe you
Yeah.
fight 5 times and you're 3-2. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Look at Jesse
Yeah.
Opera as an example.
Yeah.
Amazing fighter, couple losses, and then goes on a run. You know what
Well,
I mean?
didn't let it define him, and that's
No,
the
and
thing.
it doesn't matter. Like, until you're 5-10 fights in, like, you can't just, 1 loss your first fight, or 2 losses your first 2 fights. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. Sometimes it's bad luck. You know what I mean? So it doesn't
100%.
matter. Get back in the gym, get back in the cage. This is where you're gaining your experience. Get a few more fights in. A year from now, things could be completely different. And
Yeah. Well, look,
Jesse's the perfect example, man. And there's lots of guys that have done it. And few fights in, it's no one remembers those initial losses, and it doesn't even matter.
no. That's it, man. The fact that you go out there and you did it, and you got that experience. It's all experience. At the end of the day, you're like, fuck, I did that wrong. I did this right. And we take it back to the lab and we move forward, man. And that's what this is. It's practice as an amateur. Before, if you're really, like, some people do it as a hobby. Some people do it as they want to go to the UFC. Some people take it a little more serious. But like, Lucas is a kid, and Noah too, I think both have a bright future in this sport at a professional
absolutely.
level.
Yeah.
You're spot on, Johnny, man. Like, spot on.
As usual.
That's it, man. Love it. Fight 8.
Awesome. All right, we skipped our intermission this show because getting late, and we jumped right into Ryan Demian. Came down with Hannah Slater's gym, Legacy MMA. He was 1-0, and then Ty Gall-Borden, 1-1. You know, Ty had his amazing fight. I'm starting to get like an echo now. Something changed.
I don't know. I'm listening to my cat scream at birds, so I'm trying to focus. You're all good.
Anyway, him and Ty, they had a awesome back and forth fight. I mean, Ty came away with unanimous decision, 30-27 across all the judges' scorecards, and yeah, great performance by both, and a great win by Ty. Ryan Demian's a talented fighter, man, but Ty, you know, as we know, he's very high level for fighting at amateur. You know, there's no question. The guy is an absolute specimen as far as his conditioning. And you know, he's training at the tower, man. These guys are putting in work. I mean, it just shows the night they had on Saturday. Anyone stepping in and fighting these guys, you know, knows they're in for some work. And Ryan Demian's a talented fighter, man. And both these guys, hats off. Great fight, great performances. And
I did not get to watch one fight up until Cam, I don't think. So I didn't get a chance to watch this online yet, but I remember kind of being cage side, and you know, like anything Ty does is going to be exciting. Like it's a no-brainer, man. You know what I mean? The kids, like I said to him after the fight, it's like there's something about Ty, man. He's just such a class act and a good guy. He represents
super nice guy
in the sport well. Like he's awesome, man. I love the guy. Like that guy's boyfriend material. You know what I mean?
Relax, Derek.
He's just a good dude, man. He's just a good dude. And Ryan had the same, you know, like just a good Saskatchewan boy, and came out and everybody seemed happy about the fight, man. And I had a lot of people tell me about how cool it was from the novice to pro. You know what I mean? Like it moved up and they saw the difference. And, you know, Ty, you'll see him fighting at advanced rules, obviously moving forward, I would say. But it's.
He's got his 3 fights. And for anyone wondering, you know, sometimes in New Brunswick, if someone's, you know, a purple belt and they've got 2 wins, we can get away with having an advanced rules fight approved. In Nova Scotia, it's 3 fights. Doesn't matter. You could have 2 first-round knockouts and a black belt, and you're still going to fight amateur until you had 3 fights, and your opponent has to have 3 fights.
And that's, you know, a lot of times. Like it's nothing to do with us.
Exactly. Completely out of our hands. You know, we put together proposals. Sometimes they get shut down and they get approved. In Nova Scotia, it's no until they hit 3 and 3.
And the athlete has to actually ask for the advanced rules. It has nothing to do with us. The athlete has to make a request to the commission.
Yeah, they want to make sure we're not pushing them under the bus or whatever. But where I was going with that is, you know, usually you see our cards go from novice to advanced to pro. And the way this card lined up, it was novice all the way up, and then pro. Even though some of the guys, you know, later on the amateur card they're at an advanced level. There's no question. Just took the strikes out to the head on the ground.
When are you going to get advanced officiating?
Toe, buddy. That's a whole other thing we're not going to talk about today.
Fight 9.
Fight 9. Justin Taylor and Anton Cremo, both 1-1, both very high level guys. You know, both have boxing experience. I mean, Justin, since the last time we saw him in the cage, has won 3 boxing fights in a row. Crispy Cremo, he's got those crispy clean hands, the great striking and doing, you know, obviously working the ground. You know, Justin, great grappling. This was the weirdest first round, I think, in a fight I've ever seen. They both just kind of clenched up in the middle with an underhook and an overhook and threw knees to the body for 3 minutes straight. Justin was so adamant about grappling and not separating that, they were stuck in this weird clench and just kneed each other in the body for 3 whole minutes until the round ended. The second and third round, we saw some great striking exchanges, and things opened up a bit, and Taylor ends up walking away with the unanimous decision. Very exciting fight, man. You know, once that first round got out of the way, and things opened up a little bit, it was awesome. And you know, I mean, we've seen these guys before. there are a couple 55ers that are now at the advanced level. Yeah, it's great to see. It was a good fight to lead into our pro segment, I thought.
Yeah, agreed, man. It's two good dudes and lots of experience in there from boxing and stuff, going in there and putting on a show. And I heard about this one too. So, hopefully we'll see these guys back in the near future. And
yeah, onwards and upwards, right? So Justin was supposed to fight in was it April? In Moncton, and ended up super sick. He had anyway. I won't get into what happened, but he had a real health issue, and it was good to see him get over that, and get back on a card and make the walk and everything work out. Like I said, he got some boxing experience in between, but it was a long time for him on the road back to the octagon, and good for him for putting his head down and getting the work in.
yeah, exactly.
Man, this next fight number 10, we get into our pro fights. This was a very hyped fight. Two young men that we've seen a few times in the cage.
Hold on. I gotta bring this comment up.
Your countries are going to hell. We
Thank you.
only live in one country. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. Appreciate you there, Einstein. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me
Awesome.
guess, you just moved here.
Brutal.
Anyway, yeah, that's ridiculous. All right, where was I? Yeah, so Dylan Shepard, 1-0 as a professional. Luke de St. Croix, 1-0 as a professional. These are arguably the two biggest gyms we work with, Henzo Gracie and Tower One. They put their young guns in against each other. And this was a hell of a fight. Luke dominated the grappling in the first round. Dylan fought off every attack he could throw at him. And then in the second round, Dylan really started to open up. We start to see just how dynamic his striking is. Luke was doing really well. And then when it hit the ground, Luke landed just one really nasty elbow and split Dylan wide open. It came, I thought it was in the top of his head during the fight and his forehead. He was instantly just covered in blood. It was an absolute mess. Didn't phase him because he's fucking tough as hell. It's insane, but it was right down here and moving into the tear duct, and this is why the doctor stopped it. For everybody at home and everybody that was there that wanted to know what happened with the stoppage when someone gets split close to their tear duct. Any more hits, this was explained to me afterwards. Any more hits could end up with losing the eye and tearing the tear duct. So, it's safety first. It's Dylan obviously doesn't want to drop a professional fight with a doctor stoppage. It's kind of taken out of your hands at that point. Maybe we can rematch this down the road. It feels like unfinished business, I think, for these guys. But these guys are both so good, man. They're so talented. They're absolute studs, and they've got, if these guys want to be professional fighters and go to the UFC, I think they both really have a shot. So head up, onwards and upwards, and great to see Luke again, man. It was the first time I think he was in since FLA 12, maybe. So it's been a while, and yeah, great scrap. You've seen the level jump when these guys got in there. It's the professional level really shows.
Yeah, and a ton of respect between these two guys too, man. That's not a fight that, that's it's a tough fight in a local community, and it's a tough fight for us to put together. But at the end of the day, man, you got these guys, it's a great fight for both of them. They're going to learn from the experience. They're going to get better, and we're just going to move forward. All of these. Sorry, I'm so distracted by this guy. Keep literally spamming on our fucking page here. I'm just like, fuck this idiot. You're a fucking idiot, buddy. Fuck you. How about that?
And delete.
All right.
What is the? Anyway, get rid of that moron. All right. Fight number 11. That's the problem when everybody's allowed on the internet. Anyway, fight number 11. Holy shit. Cam Nelson, man, this guy's an absolute beast. He comes in at 4-1. He fights Kenyan Troy Moore, who's fighting out of Connecticut at Texera MMA. It's Connecticut, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kenyon coming in with 4 fights under his belt as well, 2-2. Yeah, I mean, this really could have gone either way, man. These guys are both so talented, but Cam Nelson, we've just seen every fight. He's up a level, up a level, up a level. His development's so fast, and he's really coming into his own as a professional fighter and a professional athlete. And man, first round walk-off KO, it really doesn't get any better than that. A huge highlight, a huge win, and that sets him up for, you know, what we're hoping to be a title fight in November, man. He got on the mic, he calls out Christian, our 175-pound, 170-pound champion, and yeah, I mean, wow, just a great performance, and again, moves him ahead in his career, and you know, the sky's the limit right now for Cam Nelson. And Kenyon Troy Moore, absolute professional. You know, he stepped in there, he got caught, it happens, and you know, another guy, great gym to work with, and a great fighter. So yeah, I mean, that was an amazing performance, man. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's not much more I can say to that, man. You called it spot on. Everything you said is, the hype is real, man. You know, Cam, you know, he's had some decisions. He's had some really great performances, man. And now he's really rounding things out and coming into his own. And it's, yeah, the kid's a problem, man. So if everything works out in November here, yeah, we got a hell of a fight for
Canada. A title fight.
Yeah, phenomenal fight for the fans. Phenomenal fight for the promotion. Phenomenal fight for both athletes. You know, it's big. It's a big on the cusp. You know, 5-1 versus 10-2-1, and 2 easily the best welterweights in Canada. People can say otherwise, but they're the 2 best.
Yeah, facts. And like you said, it's probably yeah, and huge for the promotion. I mean, for these guys, when we have 2 local stars like that line up to fight each other, I mean, it's massive. Like, you know, we say it all the time. You know, the fans, the local crowd, if they don't know the other guy, they've never seen the other guy, it's hard for them to get behind them. But when the local guys are there, like when Cam Nelson won that fight, the roof blew off that Hector Arena. I mean, me and Dave were standing next to each other yelling, and we could hardly hear each other. It was absolutely amazing, and just a great moment in FLA history.
That's true, man. It really was. And that's the business we're in. We're in the business of making memories, man. And when people leave that venue feeling good and you know, see moments like that's what makes this stuff special, man. And it was
really
an incredible moment for FLA and for just Cam, you know, all that hard work. And Kenyon Moore, you know, shout out to Kenyon. Like you said, he was a hell of a guy to deal with. Great, super professional. Yeah, can't say much more about him. You know, not everybody, again, is, you know, there's a lot of people like, oh, that's too tough of a fight. I don't want that fight. Oh, you know, he's really good. It's like, well, yeah, he is good. He's 4-1. Like
you're professional fighters. You should be good if you're fighting at pro.
So, especially with 5 fights. So he was up for the challenge and yeah, came in and threw down, and hopefully we'll see Kenyon back here in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, last fight of the night, the main event. I mean, Rory Gillis, nothing but a class act. You know, he come in at 3-0, former amateur champion with the promotion. He has a lot of hype behind him, man, and it was onward and upward. But Gladfelter coming in with 10 fights after his belt, you know, it was a big swing for Rory. And Gladfelter had the read on him, man. He shot his single and hooked the guillotine, and sometimes you get caught, man. I mean, Rory got choked out in that first round. Not a scratch on either one of these guys, but a dominant win. A little bit of a late stoppage by the referee. I mean, we all saw it. Everybody outside the cage, I think, saw it before the referee did, unfortunately. But Rory's okay, and looking forward to getting back in there and erasing this loss. So Gladfelter is an absolute problem, man. He's 7-4 now. Just a great individual. These guys, Ricardo Almeida, BJJ, were again great to work with, and appreciate them coming up and taking the fight and putting on a performance they did, and just being part of it. So thank you guys, and Rory, thank you, man, and we'll see you soon.
On short notice too for both of them, right? Like, about Rory, man, like, think about Rory, because he's open for challenges. He's looking for the biggest challenge he can take. So when you approach him with this name, we approach him with a couple other names, like guys who are like 5-0 from real big camps, from Kenyon's camp, from Dagestan. He's like, man, if I have to fight that guy, I'll fight that guy, no problem. So like Rory is the epitome of what a professional athlete is. He holds himself well. He fights well. His medicals behind the scenes are done. He's a class act. He'll do anything you need to work together for the promotion. Awesome guy, man. And really hope to see him back in February. There's another fight we've already been talking about that, it kind of came in for this fight that almost happened. So get him back on the horse, and let's get that Gladfelter fight back in the future, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Man. 12 fights. I mean, this is the first time we've put together 12 fights, and nobody dropped out before weigh-ins, and everybody made weight, and everybody got through the pre-fight medicals, and everybody fought the whole card without any serious injuries. It was incredible, man. It was a great night for us and a great night for the fans, and despite the card going longer than usual, man, I didn't hear any complaints. Everyone was very happy with how things went. Everyone that showed up to the show, all the fans in the stands, thank you for being awesome, and everyone cleared out of the venue quickly, and there was no issues, and that's really all we can ask for, man. There's a lot of people in a small space when these things happen, and people are drinking and having a good time, and it was great the way everything went down, man, and really looking forward to being back in Pictou again next year. This is one of the stops we really look forward to, man. It's a different thing, like the Coliseum is one thing, the spectacle and the big venue, and it's amazing. But when we go to the Hector Arena and that's small, it's just a whole vibe, man. And it's Pictou's a great stop, and it's great that we keep getting to go back there, and that people are supporting it. You know what I mean? Because I mean, really, what it boils down to, if we go somewhere, like we've done it, we go somewhere and we lose a lot of money, we ain't going back. So if people want to see fights, then keep doing what you're doing and supporting the brand, and we're going to keep putting on great shows and doing our best on this side. Like we're always adding things to production. We're always learning and developing. Our whole team is great, and they come up with ideas and we implement them and things like that. So yeah,
it's ownership.
Amazing, man.
We got a great team around us, and everybody has a hand in it. And I will say, man, the people that we like, our sponsors, our teams, coaches, everybody that's involved, we thank you so much. But one team of people who don't get thanked enough is the cameramen. Sitting on that stage for 4.5 hours straight, like no bathroom breaks, no breaks at all, one fight after another. It's a lot. And they never complain about it. They never, like, they're so, and there's a lot of people that are involved in it, but like we thank everybody for the most part, but we often forget about the camera.
You're right, man. These guys are running around all night. They're doing the walkout camera work. They're jumping up on the cage. They're getting in the cage between rounds. And when you watch back the pay-per-view, it's all these little things, like, like we have a saying in graphic design, like you use things like proximity and contrast and all this to make things look good. And it's when people look at it and they like it, but they don't know why. And when you're watching our fights and it jumps to the coach in the corner and it jumps up to a wide angle, it jumps out to the jib that we had at this show, which was incredible. And it's all these things that happen, and it keeps it engaging and entertaining. And you really feel like you're part of what's going on. Like, I love watching it back and seeing it jump to the corner and hear what the coaches are saying. And it jumps out and you kind of see what the crowd's doing. And you see what the fighters, like the look on their face in between rounds and the interaction they're having. Man, you're right. These guys kill it. They're in the right place. They're getting it all, man. And I mean, we're a media company, really. Like, we're if we don't capture these moments and we don't put out a good product on the pay-per-view, doesn't really work, does it? Like, it's it's one thing to have a show, but it's another thing when you're trying to produce these shows online and everything else, and it looks amazing.
That's it, man. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is there's two shows running at once. There's a show online that's running and there's a show in-house that's running, and both of them are managed all the time.
Simultaneously, yeah.
Right. And it's crazy, man. When I used to work for Disney, like for a long, long time, that's what Disney was always like, you know, backstage, like on stage, off stage, and, you know, behind stage, like they don't need to know what's going on behind stage. To now it's obviously people love behind the scenes footage and that kind of stuff, but it's really not that glamorous. It's just a bunch of computers and a TV, like in a dressing room. But it's amazing what our team pulls off, man. We're so lucky to be surrounded by great people, Johnny, and not much more we can say, man. Just grateful to be around the community and have a small part in the success of all these amazing athletes and teams, man. It's wonderful.
Yeah, hundreds of people are involved. If you look at the fighters and the teams and the production staff and the commission, it's the amount of the synchronized coordination that happens for everything to run smoothly between who's walking out first and, you know, the guys bringing the fighters out, and then the guys starting the walkout song and the guys filming it and the guys guiding the guy back and running the light on the camera while they run backwards down the tunnel and everything else, man. It all has to work perfectly, and I mean, it does, like, a lot of the time. You know, it's amazing.
But for the most part, like compared to Megan, I'm not, but like, you know,
we've done it so many times now, and it just keeps getting smoother and smoother and more ironed out. And, you know, we make tweaks like every show. There's little changes and 1% better, you know, every day. So it's yeah, let's keep her going, man. See where we're at 100 show.
Love it. Have a great day. Great episode. FLA Exposure Pro Show podcast. Great job this weekend, Johnny. Great job to your team. Great job to everybody involved. We love you. Any final words, Johnny?
Thank you, everybody. Shout out to sponsors, Mr Donair, Spark, Top Shelf, everybody else. I mean, you guys are a big part of why this is possible to pull off. And to the athletes and the coaches and everyone else working super hard behind the scenes for months at a time. Yeah, love you guys, and let's keep her going.
Love it. Have a great day. If you can be anything, be kind. Peace.
Live from the Coliseum Moncton Coliseum, this is Fight League Atlantic 19.
We're enjoying the fights. Let's go. Woo!
The fights are amazing. The vibes are top tier. Totally awesome.